We've all been there. That gut-wrenching feeling the second the words fly out of your mouth and you just know you've said the wrong thing. The dead silence, the other person's expression, and that wave of regret that just washes over you. You replay the moment in your head for hours, maybe even days, wishing you could just pull the words back. It's that universal, clumsy feeling of being totally misunderstood and powerless. But what if you could build an unbreakable filter between your impulse and your speech? What if every single word you spoke could be powerful, precise, and never, ever a source of regret? This isn't some fantasy. It's a skill. And for over 2,000 years, the undisputed masters of this skill have been the Stoic philosophers. In this masterclass, we're cracking open their timeless secrets to help you take control of your tongue and navigate any conversation with total confidence and calm. The ancient Stoics, from the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius to the former slave Epictetus, saw the world as a chaotic, unpredictable place. Most of what happens is completely out of our control. But they taught that our minds, our judgments, and our reactions are entirely within our control. They call this internal world our inner citadel, a fortress of peace that no outside event could ever breach. And what's a huge part of defending that fortress? Mastering what we say. To the Stoics, an uncontrolled tongue was like leaving the main gate of your citadel wide open for chaos to storm in. An impulsive word, an angry outburst, or a careless comment could inflict more damage than any external enemy. So, they developed a mental framework, a Stoic filter, to run every impulse through before it ever became a spoken word. This isn't about suppressing your voice. It's about making it stronger, more intentional, and way more effective. Let's rebuild that filter with 7 timeless Stoic rules. Rule number 1. Speak only after you have listened. There's an old saying, one that perfectly captures the Stoic spirit. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen twice as much as we speak. This isn't just a clever line. It's the bedrock of wisdom. In a world where everyone is just waiting for their turn to talk, the person who's actually listening holds all the power. And listening isn't just staying quiet until it's your turn. It's an active hunt for understanding. When you truly listen, you gather information, you see the world from another point of view, and you build a bridge of empathy. There's an old warning that it's better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. A physical stumble is over in a second, but a verbal one can wreck reputations, relationships, and your own peace of mind for a long, long time. Think about it. In a business meeting, don't just rush to be the first one with an opinion. Listen to all sides, get the nuances, and then, if you have something necessary to add, speak up. Your words will land with so much more weight because they're built on understanding, not just a desperate impulse to be heard. Rule number 2. Master the strategic pause. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, anger is a brief madness. It completely hijacks our reason. In that state, our words become weapons, usually aimed at people we care about, and almost always hurting our own well-being in the long run. The greatest cure for this madness, Seneca tells us, is delay. The strategic pause is that tiny moment of pure power between a trigger and your response. When you get that infuriating email, when someone cuts you off in traffic, when you feel that heat rising in your chest, just pause. Take 1 deep breath. Create a little space. In that space, you stop being a reactor and become a responder. Epictetus taught that we have to separate events from our judgments about them. The email itself can't make you angry. It's your immediate judgment. This is an insult. That fuels the fire. The pause gives you a second to challenge that judgment. It lets the emotional fog clear so you can respond with reason, not just fan the flames of a fight you'll regret later. Rule number 3. Use silence as a shield against provocation. You're going to meet people who try to provoke you. They'll use sarcasm, subtle digs, or just outright aggression to get a rise out of you. The moment you get angry or defensive, you're playing the game by their rules. You've just handed them the keys to your emotional state. Epictetus nailed it when he said, "If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation." The Stoic move. Use silence as a shield. When someone throws a barb your way, your silence isn't weakness. It's a fortress of self-control. It refuses to validate their attack. More often than not, your lack of reaction will just make the provocateur look childish and foolish. Their aggression just hangs in the air with nowhere to land, exposing their own pettiness. As the proverb goes, the best answer to anger is silence. By refusing to stoop to their level, you protect your inner peace and take back control of the conversation. Rule number 4. Do not engage with folly. The Stoics were hyper-aware of how much time and energy we waste on meaningless chatter. Epictetus warned his students to avoid talking about banalities. For instance, about gladiators, or horse races, or athletes, or of meats or drinks. For us today, that means steering clear of those draining conversations about celebrity gossip, petty office drama, or the latest online outrage cycle. Jumping into foolish talk does two things. It validates the nonsense, and it drains your mental battery, pulling you away from what actually matters. Epictetus even said we should be content to appear foolish or stupid by not joining in. There's no trophy for winning a pointless argument. There's no wisdom gained from dissecting rumors. When you find yourself in a circle of gossip, your silence is your exit strategy. It says that your time and attention are valuable. Let others exhaust themselves on the trivial. You have a character to build. Rule number 5. Ask, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? There's a famous test, often called Socrates' triple filter, and while its exact origins are a historical mystery, its spirit is pure Stoic wisdom. Before you speak, run your words through these 3 gates. First, is it true? This is pure Stoicism, which is devoted to truth and reason. If you're not sure your words are true, it's better to stay quiet. Spreading rumors, even by accident, goes against the core virtue of wisdom. Second, is it kind? As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, we should speak the truth, but always with kindness and humility. Your words have a real impact. Stoicism isn't a cold, unfeeling philosophy. It's about our duty to our fellow humans. Speech should build people up, not tear them down. Third, and this is the most powerful filter of all, is it necessary? Think about how often we speak just to fill a silence or to hear our own voice. Epictetus pushed his followers to let silence be your general rule, or say only what is necessary and in few words. By asking if your comment is truly needed, you cut out almost all of the impulsive, regrettable, and meaningless things you might have said. Rule number 6. Speak to build, not to demolish. The Stoics saw humanity as one big interconnected team. We have a duty to contribute to the common good, and our words are one of our best tools to do that. So when you speak, ask yourself, am I building something up, or am I just tearing something down? This goes for how you talk about others and yourself. Destructive criticism, blame, and complaining are all forms of verbal demolition. They weaken relationships, create resentment, and solve absolutely nothing. On the other hand, constructive feedback, encouragement, and rational problem solving are how we build. They strengthen bonds, inspire people, and create real progress. When you have to correct someone, do it to help, not to humiliate. When you talk about a problem, focus on the solution, not just the complaint. Let every word be a brick that builds a better relationship, a stronger team, or a more solid character. Rule number 7. Let your actions embody your philosophy. At the end of the day, the most powerful way to communicate isn't with words, but with actions. Epictetus gave a direct command: don't explain your philosophy, embody it. In a world drowning in opinions, unsolicited advice, and empty talk, virtuous action is the clearest statement you can possibly make. Want to be seen as reliable? Don't just talk about being reliable. Show up on time and keep your promises. Want to be known for being calm? Don't just preach about the evils of anger. Actually practice that strategic pause when you're under pressure. In so many situations, especially when you're dealing with people who refuse to listen to reason, words are useless. Your character, shown through your deeds, will speak volumes for you. It's the final, unarguable statement of who you are. Your actions become the proof of your philosophy, a silent masterclass for everyone to see. Look, mastering these rules is a lifelong practice, not an overnight fix. If this masterclass hit home for you, and you want to keep going on this journey of practical wisdom, hit that subscribe button for more content that cuts through the noise. And let us know in the comments, which of these 7 rules are you going to start practicing first? The path to never saying the wrong thing again isn't about becoming totally silent. It's about becoming intentional. By filtering our words through these Stoic principles, by listening, pausing, protecting our peace, and speaking with purpose, we transform our voice. It stops being a source of regret and becomes a tool of power, influence, and wisdom. You have power over your mind and your mouth, not over outside events. Realize this, and you will find your strength. You'll build that unbreakable filter and discover the deep peace that comes when your words are always aligned with your best self.